In June 1941, Adolf Hitler broke his pact with Joseph Stalin and launched the largest invasion in history. It was called Operation Barbarossa. More than 3 million German and Axis troops crossed into Soviet territory. The attack came fast, and at first it was devastating. Entire Soviet armies were surrounded. Hundreds of thousands were captured. Aircraft were destroyed on the ground. The Soviet command system, weakened by Stalin's earlier purges, struggled to respond. Here is the line that defines the opening of the war. The Soviet Union had built enormous strength, but it was caught badly unprepared. German forces drove toward 3 main targets: Leningrad, Moscow, Ukraine. By autumn, the pressure was enormous. At Leningrad, siege began. It would last nearly 900 days. Starvation became a weapon. At Moscow, German forces came close enough to see the outer edges of the city. But winter arrived. Soviet reserves from Siberia entered the fight. The German advance stalled. Then in 1942, Hitler pushed south toward oil and the Volga. That led to one of the most brutal battles in history, Battle of Stalingrad. Street by street, building by building, factories became battlefields. The city was shattered, but Soviet forces held, then surrounded the German Sixth Army. When it surrendered in 1943, the psychological impact was enormous. Germany had lost a full army. The war had turned. From that point, Soviet forces pushed west relentlessly. At Battle of Kursk, the largest tank battle in history broke German offensive power further. Industry relocated east of the Urals kept producing weapons at huge scale. The Soviet war machine became overwhelming. In 1945, Soviet troops entered Berlin. Hitler's regime collapsed. Victory came at terrible cost. More than 20 million Soviet citizens were dead. Here's the transformation. The Soviet Union survived invasion and emerged as a superpower. But victory also hardened Stalin's control. Eastern Europe would not simply be liberated, it would become a buffer, and that would open an entirely new conflict. In the next episode, the Cold War begins, and Russia enters a new kind of global struggle. If you enjoyed this trip down the rabbit hole, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Smart History for Dumb Times.